Today I have a special guest, Stephen Bailey in Augusta, Georgia. He just put out this beautiful 9x12 piece, 10,000 of these going out. He literally saw my video of how to make $5,000 to $10,000 next month and went and did it. He's one of many I'm going to have on this podcast, but he is just your everyday guy. A great interview. I apologize that I have yogurt all over. I am like covered head to toe in yogurt because my wife is getting a tattoo. Didn't realize that I had this scheduled for 1 and it was getting like closer to 1 and I'm freaking out. She had no clue. So I had to grab the baby. I was watching the baby at home while she got her tattoo and I had to bring her over here to the shop and she wouldn't go anywhere else. So I had to hold her while doing the interview. The yogurt kept her happy, I guess. So it's all over me now. Whatever. I got Stephen Bailey on here. He filled, I think, 20 spots. He's got about 20 spots on this card. And it's real interesting how he has it on there. You're going to learn a ton from him. And he got this card completed very quickly. Just pay attention. You're going to get a lot from this, I promise. So let's go get Stephen on the line right now. Where is he? Yeah, thanks. I get stuck with my my wife's getting a tattoo and I'm like, you gotta be home by 1. I gotta get, and she forgot. So I don't know. She's still
Hilarious.
Well, Stephen, thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate it.
You have 6 kids, is that right?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
6 kids. So you know how it is. Sometimes you get stuck with the kids. Yeah.
That's right.
Did you find that you had to prospect at all or anything with dealing with your kids, having workaround schedules and?
Well, luckily I did most of my prospecting online, so I was just sitting in front of the computer, and the kids were just doing their own thing, so it wasn't much.
That's you guys.
Yeah, that was probably about 3 years ago. So they've gotten a lot bigger.
And you live in Augusta, Georgia, right?
Augusta, Georgia. Yep, home of the Masters.
Your first 9x12 card. This thing looks great. This thing looks amazing. You did a great job.
Awesome. I appreciate it. I mean,
because you're keeping it simple, and everyone tries to complicate this. And they just cause a much of havoc for them.
It's definitely a tendency to do that. I caught myself a few times getting distracted and doing things that wasn't making money, because everything's about filling that card up, I listened to your video popped up how you can make $5,000 in 1 month or something like that.
Yeah, it's true.
I've been reselling for the past 2 years on eBay. I loved it. So I had you playing in the background. It was the first time I ever heard you. I was, boxing stuff up and mailing it. And you said something, I don't remember what it was. I was like, I need to listen to this guy. So I rewound it, stopped what I was doing. I listened to it. And I was like, I could do this. And so I was really, really excited about that. So yeah, it's making a big difference. I appreciate you.
Damn, you filled every space too.
I was surprised how much I enjoyed doing the artwork. Heard a few of the advertisers, they submitted their own, but yeah, for the most part, I did them.
I get asked this a lot. How many advertisers will give you their own artwork? What was it for you? What kind of percentage gave you their own artwork?
5 out of off the whole page.
Did you make them in Canva?
I did. I had limited experience. I'd messed around with logos years ago, but once I went through it one time, it was pretty easy to go through.
People are always so nervous about creating their own ads, but it's really, Canva makes it so simple.
Oh, it's a phenomenal program. I tell you what really helped was before I started an ad, I would just Google other 9x12s, look at their ads, try to get some ideas, and then go from there. So that was really helpful.
That's a good strategy. It's a really good strategy. Already dropping some bangers already there, Stephen. How long did it take you? Let's say from when you started to when you had the last ad done.
It took about 4.5 weeks.
That's even with preparation?
No, I just went at it. I made a post on my Facebook page and just went from there. Once I made that first one, a lot of people responded and it just got it rolling. So.
Could you give us some pointers on like just how you did this? I think you did it all online. Is that right?
I did.
Face to face. You didn't do any face to face?
I tried to do it. I did it on New Year's Eve, and that was a train wreck because no one was open, and so I just went back. I just licked my wounds and went back home and went back to the internet. So initially, I have a local Facebook page, and it's for the city. So I'm able just to make a post, say, hey, we're looking for local businesses who want to share advertising space and costs. Just real simple. Once I made that post, I was getting 90 comments, and then I would just respond to each and every one of them, whether it was through messaging or through email. Just start the conversation that way. I had to do that. I did about 2 or 3 posts. It will start slowing down, but I was able to really get a lot of contacts and talk to a lot of people.
They would either comment or reach out to you. You would message them.
We would correspond through Messenger or through email. Spent a lot of time just going through Facebook pages and Instagram and just finding their their email addresses there and messaging them directly through email too.
What was the price point that you sold each ad for?
We had 2 sizes. The full ad was 600 and the half ad was 350.
Yeah, I noticed that you have these halves on there too, which is pretty smart. Did you offer people a choice?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I just asked them what size they were interested in, and they told me. Initially, I was thinking they were going to stick to the template, and I was getting a little stressed about that. But then I realized you can customize the card however you want to. So, if we had all half ads, it would work out. So
You got a chiropractor, you got a pizzeria, you got a tree service.
the tree service guy was kind of cool. He was actually across the street cutting a tree down. I made a video of it because I thought it was really cool. And when I posted it, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm the guy who cut that tree down." And then it led to the ad being sold. So it all worked
Wow,
out.
nice. Oh, that
Every day I was just trying to put time into it. I just didn't want to relax.
so many people, they fill cards and they get like halfway done and then they relax and then they can't fill the rest of them, and that's where like all the profit is. They could have filled the rest of those ads. How much time do you think you spent per day prospecting?
Maybe an hour or two, but that was every day.
Are you a marketer or
No, I'm actually I'm a teacher. Yeah,
What do you-
yeah, I'm a teacher.
Scott Meisner? He's got 11 kids and he's a teacher.
Yeah,
What do you teach?
I teach special needs in high school.
Have you felt that you've made a lot of connections in the community?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun connecting with people. One of my best experiences, there was a guy who he didn't want to do any business with me until he actually met me. So we went back and forth on email, but before he gave me money, he wanted to meet face to face. So we met, and we just talked about life, talked about business, got to know each other, and it was just real rewarding, because it was just fun, just connecting.
Oh,
like that.
nice. I just noticed something crazy. This advertiser down here, Bowl Boss. I'm in upstate New York, right? Okay, I'm 1,000 miles away or whatever. Oh, my daughter's hitting the blind. This is a local business to me. This business, Bowl Boss.
Really?
This is one of her newest franchises. That's
Wow.
incredible. It shocked me just to see this. She's like a really young girl that has been opening up franchises of her business. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a small world, isn't it?
Because we're like 1,000 miles away. I think you have about 20 ads on there. Is that right?
I believe so.
People get so nervous about this business. They really think they have to be these superstar salespeople. They think that people aren't going to spend $500, $600, $700. What kind of advice can you give someone that has all those kind of hesitations?
I think for the biggest part for me was like I listened to all the old podcasts. I just listened to it religiously, just every single day. Whenever I had free time, whenever I was driving, I was just listening to it. It kept me motivated, kept me inspired, because I did have those issues where I knew I was really getting overwhelmed because I wasn't organized enough at one point. And when you listen to all these suggestions, you listen to all the people breaking through their anxiety and stuff like that. It just kept me going. It kept me going, and that was
You
the
were
biggest
posting
thing.
daily in our elite Facebook group. You were posting like every day almost, like your progress.
Yeah, that's what I would have liked to have seen. Well, that's what I got from the podcast, which is daily updates, even though it was old, but just to hear people's stories. So I just wanted to give some inspiration to others, who might be going through that.
So would it take you 4 weeks to get them all sold? You said anything that sticks out?
Well, I had one guy. He after we had interacted online, he said, "Come by the store and let's talk about this." And I thought he was going to cut me a check. So when I went there, he was looking at the card, and he was playing the good cop, bad cop, and he kept referring to the owner and as a third person, but I think he was the owner himself. He kept talking me down. I'd give him a discount for a larger ad, and he kept talking me down, and I didn't feel comfortable. It was too early to start giving discounts. I figured I could sell him at full price. So I left, but he would text me periodically and say he's still interested, but I was able to fill out the card without giving a discount. It was rewarding to be able to respond to him and say, "Hey, the card's full, sorry about that." So, because he didn't put much value in what we were doing, and so it was nice to show that people did value it.
Those kind of reactions can really mess with you mentally when a business owner or something says, this is too much, or this isn't worth it. And you can beat yourself up saying, "Oh, I'm charging too much," when really we are charging it's an incredible value. I mean, they'd have to spend $6,000-$7,000 to do it themselves. They're getting it for $600. Really, it's such a good value. So you held on to that price.
Yeah, and that point of the process, it was kind of early, so I didn't know if I should just take the money and move forward with that, or just kind of hold out. So that was a little risk there, but but it worked out. It went down to the wire. In fact, probably the last 2 spots, I basically fronted them to some advertisers, and I said, "Look, I'll give you this spot. I know you had some concerns, being the first time, and so I just offered to give them the ad in goodwill if they would just pay once it's mailed off." And so I figured that might lead to some, a relationship down the road, just me taking that first step.
Oh,
You know?
totally. Strategically, I mean, if you have the space and you think that's a good plus you think about who's good, I'm sure you did, who's good, for, like, a recipient to see on the card for the consumer.
Yeah.
So you pick
Yeah.
a business that people would probably like to see on the card. Is it about half that are half ads?
A little bit
About
more.
half, right? A little
Yeah.
more, yeah. And you're actually getting more you're spending more time, but you're getting more money in the end. You're getting $50 more, right?
Yeah.
For it. Did you just go just ask everyone, do you want to go with 3 half space or full space?
Yeah, whenever they just ask me, how do I get on, or what do we do from here? I just said, well, you got 2 options.
A really common question is people will ask, how are you taking payments? What do you find business owners were giving you as far as like a check or cash or card?
That was one of my first questions. I hated the fact that I was going to pay a processing fee, so I was trying to get around that, but I just decided to stick with it. But I always offered Zelle as an option. Everything was I tried to do everything online, but I offered Zelle because there's no processing fee. If they didn't have a Zelle account, then I would just go through all the other options, whether it's Apple Pay or PayPal and all that.
Yeah.
And we just went through it that way, and so
Yeah,
and
definitely.
just made it convenient on them. Whatever they chose to do, that's what we went with.
How'd you structure the down payments? Was it 100% up front? Was it 50 and 50?
All of them were paid 100% up front. I had one guy, he paid half, and I knew he'd be good for it because he advertises everywhere. I mean, he's in every publication.
What are your plans for the future with this?
I plan on doing this monthly, and what I'd like to do is introduce another card and do that one quarterly. There's a town right next door.
Different.
It's a lot of businesses there. It's going to do really well. You guys have talked in the past about not taking on too much, so do this one monthly and then add a quarterly one slowly.
Well, they'll come naturally if you'll find that you just have so many repeat advertisers. It makes sense to add another card.
Yeah.
Any motivational advice, inspirational advice? Because there's so many people out there that they question it. They don't think that it can really happen. They don't.
I think the best advice I kept hearing in my head was when you would just say, just do the things that make you money. Don't focus on designing a logo, designing a website. Just get the ads sold. Just keep prospecting and keep chipping away. And so that's what I did. I think the biggest thing that helped me was my goal was just to fill out half the card. If I could just get to break even,
Yes.
I would be happy with that. I just needed the card to print. So that was my goal, was just get half filled out. The other half I would just give away in good faith and the relationships where I will just do whatever. But
Because 16 ads, or in your case 20, it's so intimidating for some people.
Very.
If you just focus on 8, just focus on breaking even, just focus on selling half the card. That's all you got to focus on. Sell that half of the card. The rest is profit.
that's
That
right.
sounds like what you did. Yeah, it makes that much more manageable. Way easier to take on than saying, oh, I got to sell 16, 20 ads.
That's right.
It's just a mind it's just a mind trick too. It's just
I appreciate it. I shopped around, and your prices were just a lot cheaper than anyone else locally.
yeah.
And
Right.
I appreciate it. And everything you've taught is just the simplicity of it. It's real simple. It's real simple to execute. Just stick to this kind of.
But just stick to the plan, right? People go off the plan and they start spending all this time on a brand, and they want to get the embroidered shirts. Like, you don't just make some money first. Go sell these
That's right.
spaces. Now you're in a position to maybe work on your brand. You get another few cards out. You can change the name of the card, whatever. You can make more social media stuff. But in the beginning, just sell those spaces.
That was the best advice for sure.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you so much. Appreciate it a ton.
All right. Thanks, Jake.
I mean, take care. See ya.
You too.